Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Nate's Pink Bookshelf. My name is Nate Denise for those of you who are new to the channel, and today's video is going to be my Reading Rush 2020 TBR. So, I have never partaken in the Reading Rush like ever. I've been watching the Reading Rush for a very long time, but I just never decided to partake in it. But this year, for this round, I decided I wanted to do it. Now, I know that they had the Stay Home Reading Rush. I didn't do that because I was in a bit of a reading slump around that time, but I'm deciding to go in for this season, this round. So it is going to be from July 20th up until July 26th. I am recording this TBR on the 18th, and you guys won't see this until the 20th. So this will also count for my TBR video for the YouTube challenge. The YouTube challenge, there are going to be 3 of those. The first one is your TBR Pile, which is to make a video sharing your TBR Pile. The second challenge is to make a reading vlog, whether it's a daily reading vlog or a weekly reading vlog, which I will be doing. And then the third challenge for YouTube is going to be to do the rushing to read tag, excuse me. So I'm excited to do those. I don't know if I'm going to do the Instagram challenges just because it's the we don't know. But anyway, on to the reading challenges. So I'm excited. It took me like 2-3 hours to pick out my TBR. It was a lot more complicated than I thought, which was super fun. I was actually on the phone with my son's father talking to him while I was picking out books. And I had these 2 bookshelves. I also have books other places in my house. So yeah. So the first challenge is to read a book with a cover that matches the color of your birthstone. So I was born in June, and I googled it, June birthstone, and 3 came up. So the first one was an Alexandrite, which is 2 colors. It's emerald by day and then a ruby by night, or something like that. It's emerald in this like deep purple color. You can see the image here of what I'm talking about. And then there is the pearl, which I know for a fact pearl is my birthstone. I knew that for a long time. And then apparently a moonstone is also my birthstone. Don't know how true that is, but the ancient birthstone for June was pearl, and the more modernized birthstone for June is now an Alexandrite. But an Alexandrite is a color changing kind of stone, so it was real hard trying to find a white, cream, ivory cover book, or even an emerald or a deep purple, because a lot of the ones that I have I've read, or they're just too massive for this reading challenge, and I don't want to read a massive book because I am going to also be reading some other books outside of these. So it was a hassle, but I picked 2 of my mass market paperbacks. I'm super excited. So the first one I have here is Dead Until Dark by Charlaine Harris. This is paranormal romance, and this is basically, if you've seen True Blood, this is where it came from. This is the book series, the first book in the Sookie Stackhouse series, and I'm just excited to read this. It's going for the Alexandrite color, that purple, if you guys can see. All over it's the purple, and this is just a book series that I really just wanted to start for so long because I love True Blood. We love Sookie, okay? We love Sookie, and I want to read it. It's a short read, doesn't seem like it's that long. It's about 300 pages long, which is really short in my opinion, and it's mass market paperback. So we have this. It's paranormal romance. I'm super excited. But because an Alexandrite can be 2 colors, I also have another one that's more on the emerald side of the Alexandrite, which is this one. This is Dark Legacy by Christine Feehan, and I know that this is a part of her Carpathian series, which is very long. Is it Carpathian? Yeah, Carpathian series. And I mean, this series, I'm pretty sure there's more than that, but all the book titles towards the bottom are her series. I also have a few of her books from other series, but I own so many of these that I said I wanted to try them out, and I have maybe 2 of these. No, I only have this one in mass market paperback, and the other ones I own from her are hardcover. So I figured I'd start with this because it has dragons, and I love dragons. We need a good dragon book. So I don't know much about this like at all, except that it has dragons. It's paranormal romance. That's all I need to know. So I have 2 options for paranormal romance for the first challenge, which is going to be the Alexandrite birthstone, which I'm going to go with. So it can be more emerald or it can be more purple. We'll see. I'm not sure which one I'm going to go with. So yeah. Okay, so the second challenge is to read a book with the just the word the. Don't realize how hard this is until you actually look on your bookshelf, because a lot of the books that have the are very thick fantasies that are over 400 pages, and I'm not trying to read an over 400 page book. How many pages is this book? Well, I'll take that back. This book is actually over 400 pages, but it's okay because it's a classic. I'm going with The Princess Bride. by William Goldman. It is a classic tale of true love and high adventure. I have never read the book, but I've seen the movie. So obviously this is also going to go for prompt 2, which is to read a book that inspired a movie you've already seen. I have seen The Princess Bride. I've never read it. So this book is going to be fulfilling those 2 prompts, prompts 2 and 3. It is also going to be fulfilling another prompt, which I will show you guys in a second. But The Princess Bride, I'm super excited to read. And yeah, I'm just excited. And I might even rewatch the movie after reading this, because I did love the movie. And I watched the movie years ago. I haven't seen it in probably over 10 years. So yeah. Okay, so the 4th challenge is to read the first book you touched. Now, like I said, I was on the phone with my son's father while I was doing this. So what I did was I picked my book of the month shelf. If you haven't seen this shelf, I have a video where I'm showing all of my book of the month books. It needs to be updated because I do have more book of the month books, but I literally moved the front row because the front row are basically like my contemporaries, and I really didn't want to read a contemporary, so I removed the front row and I picked a book from behind, and the book that was chosen was Fate of the Fallen by Calcade. This is a fantasy and I just want to read it, and all that I know is that this is the chosen one trope turned upside on its head, where the chosen one kind of fails, and I think he's like bent on destroying everything instead of helping everything in a sense. So yeah, I'm excited to dive into this. I've been wanting to read this since I got this, and I don't even remember, when did I even get this book? I have no idea. This book was published in 2019, so it's only been a year since I've had this book pretty much. So yeah, I'm excited to read this, and it's not a long fantasy at all, and because book of the month, their letters are large, I'm here for it, and I will be listening to the audiobook for majority of these books to help me read along. But we have Fate of the Fallen for the first book touched. The 5th one is to read a book completely outside of your house, but of course we're in a pandemic. Luckily I do have like a little porch outside, so I can go sit outside on the porch and read if it's not raining. But I know that they did an update on this challenge where you can actually you can stay in your house, you can have like ambiance that's like nature sounds on. So I'm going to most likely do a combination of both if I can't consistently sit outside. But for that, I'm going to go with I Have No Secrets, another book of the month book. This is by Penny Jolson. This is a suspense. I am not much of a suspense, so this is also going to go for prompt 6, which is to read a book in a genre that you've always wanted to read more of. I want to get into the suspense thriller genre, the mystery genre, but I don't really care for it too much. So this is gonna go for reading outside and for a genre that I always wanted to read more of. I can read this outside. It's really, really short. How many pages is this? This is probably really not that long. Let's see. 282 pages. No, I take that back. 275 pages. So I can definitely read this outside in like 2 days or a whole day, depending on how I feel. But oh, sorry for checking the camera. We'll see how I feel. But I Have No Secrets by Penny Jolson. All I know is that the young lady in this, she has a, hold on, let me look it up. So Gemma, basically, she can't speak and she can't move. So this kid from her school tells her about a murder he committed, and then there's a new technology that allows her to communicate. So now she's racing against her killer before he acts and tries to stop her from telling the truth of him committing murder, which I think is stupid. Like, why would you tell somebody that you committed a murder even if they can't talk? But whatever. So it is a YA suspense mystery thriller. I don't really know, but it's one of those. The correct genre will be on the screen exactly what this is, but I'm pretty excited to read this and check it out. Again, I don't read many of these books, so okay. And the last prompt is to read a book that takes place on a different continent than where you live. And of all the books that I have here, the only one that fits that is The Princess Bride. It does take place in a fictional town in Europe, so there we go. Why not? That's the only one that fits, because the rest of these take place on my continent outside of this fantasy. But I don't really like to include fantasy because I mean it's a made-up world, even though it could go for that, but I'm not going to use that one. So we're just going to go with The Princess Bride. So The Princess Bride is basically fulfilling 3 prompts. It is fulfilling book with the in the title or on the cover period. It is fulfilling the 3rd prompt, which is to read a book that inspired a movie, and also for the last one, which is to read a book that takes place on a different continent, because yep, it's The Princess Bride. We know Europeans cool. So that is pretty much my TBR. There are technically 4 books on my TBR, but I probably will read both of these for the Alexandrite just for an extra push for myself. So yeah, these are the 5 books that I have, but I will also be reading other books because I'm partaking in some book clubs, and I have some Christian books that I also want to read. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. I will be vlogging my experience. It'll probably be my first reading vlog on this channel, but not my first reading vlog because I do other reading vlogs on my other channel. So yeah, I'm excited. I don't know which book I'm going to start with first. I don't really know. I am going to take today and break my books up. I'm gonna try to break them up into 3 days. We'll see. I always like to split my books, like mark them off into 3 or 4 days, but considering that this is a 7-day challenge, we're gonna see how that's gonna work. I got 5 books here. I don't know. We're gonna see how that work out. We're gonna see how that work out. I am used to reading like 3 to 4 books, 3 to 5 books at a time, so we're gonna see. But yeah, that is my TBR. If you are partaking in the Reading Rush 2020, leave your videos down below. Definitely want to see what you guys are going to be reading. But that is it for this video. Thank you for rating, commenting, subscribing, and all that great stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.